Today we have a feather in our cap, Sadhvee She gave her examination on 5th of December 2024 and scored a beautiful score of overall 8 bands. Over to Sadhvi to understand what she did to get this beautiful score. Sadhvi, tell our audience something about yourself first.
Hi, so my name is Sadhvi and I have been living in New Zealand for the last 8 years. I am a veterinarian from India. I'm practicing currently as a veterinary nurse here. I basically give IELTS so that I can register myself as a veterinary practitioner in New Zealand.
Lovely. So let's go over to your examination and tell our audience what actually happened. Sharing my screen here. You gave your exam on 5th of December 2024, IELTS academic, in New Zealand only. And in the first attempt, you scored listening 8.5, reading 7.5, writing 7.5, speaking 8, and overall a very impressive score of 8. The best part of the score is every module has got 7 plus, which is absolutely wonderful. So, Sadhvi, I want to know the secret of your speaking. Your face-to-face speaking was for 15 minutes and you scored an 8 band
Yeah,
score. And this is what you were asked. So, I want you to tell our
yeah.
audience and describe your speaking. Please continue.
So for speaking, I was asked if I can introduce myself, and I did tell him that I'm a veterinarian and I aspire to practice here in New Zealand. So he said that, okay, what is something that you love about your job and something that you hate about your job? I said that as a veterinarian, it's so rewarding to see the animals who you care for are all right and they just like walk on your feet very well. Something that I hate about my job is sometimes I have to put the animals to sleep on the welfare grounds, and that is something very heartbreaking for me. And he said that he's an animal lover himself and he understands what I'm going through. That was about my introduction, and then he moved on to the topic of coins. For coins, he asked me if I love carrying coins around and if I love collecting coins. I said I'm a very minimalist person and I do not like carrying coins around. I am someone who likes to put credit card in my pocket and like to go outside the house. So that is not something that I like to do. And he said, yeah, fair enough.
What do you say? Overall speaking was moderate, right?
Yeah, I think it was moderate.
Right. Let's proceed on to writing. So your writing was for 60 minutes where you scored a 7 band score. You had a bar chart and you had a task
And
two.
for the second part, I think maybe that was my strong point where they asked me about the traffic and stuff. And I said that well, while people living in the city is a good solution for traffic, it's not like a complete solution. Because living like in today's population, the fact that there are more people versus the housing problem, it's like a bigger fish to fry rather than this traffic problem. So even if people started living in cities, there is no guarantee that they would not use their own vehicles to
Right.
travel to the offices. So I gave a few solutions like people can start working from home. Um,
Overall thing of writing was moderate. Again, it's not very easy.
yeah,
If you move on to listening, where you scored 8.5, which is almost a perfect score, one word
yeah,
was easy. Alphabet-based questions in part two and part three were again easy, and part four, as per you, was again easy. So if it
yeah,
listening, overall listening was easy. Do you have any
easy,
tips?
yeah.
Do you have any tips to share with our audience who are going to give the exam very just in the coming time?
And then for part four, even if you get stuck in one question, don't really keep thinking about it. Just move past it and like start listening and really listen.
Right, that's a good one. So overall listening as per you was easy. So let's go to
Yeah,
which you completed in 40 minutes. So overall listening as per you was easy. So let's go to
yeah,
which you completed in 40 minutes. Sadhvi, that's like an amazing time. 40
yeah,
minutes academic training, like it's like absolutely great. So
yeah. Thank
you
you.
got true, false, not given, and blank one-word answer for a topic called as
Yes.
native owl of New Zealand. In part two were headings blank one-word answer for Honda car. Part three were matching information blanks one word on dark chocolates and its benefits, and overall reading, you would say easy to moderate. We
Yes.
scored 7.5 bands. So I want your tips on reading. I want to know what did you do to get this great score of 7.5? And people are struggling for 5.5 also. So what did you do?
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, I never used to start reading the passage like I read a book. I used to actually go through the questions, and then actually I used to start with fill in the blanks.
Right.
And I know what exactly they want in those blanks.
Perfect.
So I used to start scheming that information in the passages. So when I used to read that sentence, my eyes used to automatically start scheming in those passages for that word exactly that they want after that blank. Once I spot that word, you automatically will get the blank. And in that way, I completed fill in the blanks in less than 10 minutes. And similarly, that way that it left me with like 10 minutes to 20 minutes for the rest of the passage.
So basically, you strategize everything, you plan everything, and then you attempt. That's a very beautiful
Yes,
strategy, which
yes.
I believe our students must follow. Sadhvi, if I talk about your overall examination and you've scored a beautiful 8 band score, the level is not that easy. The level is moderate. Am I right?
Uh,
So
yes.
last minute advice, what should the students do to get a good band score?
I think what I did was like I started reading a lot of books.
Yeah.
Has absolutely improved my reading and my speaking. Of course, I stay in New Zealand. It is a English speaking country that helps a lot. When I go to work, I speak English. It's my first language now. But I would say it's more than speaking English. I would say the vocabulary has been improvised by reading books a lot.
Perfectly fine. That was a very insightful interview with Sadhvi. Wishing her all the best for her future endeavors. And Sadhvi, thank you so much for joining our show. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you so much.